I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I hate Paris Baguette. Baguette. Okay, I hate Paris Baguette. I try my best to forget about the things that he said. Okay, it's already been like 10 seconds into this video already, and I still have not yet given you context. I'm sorry, guys. But just to be clear, even though I said it about like a gazillion times already, I actually don't hate Paris Baguette. Almost every birthday party that I've ever been to has had a Paris Baguette birthday cake before, and they are delicious. The truth is, I only hate one specific manager from Paris Baguette, and for the sake of for the sake of secrecy, I'm gonna call this manager Chad. I believe Chad is like the universal name for all jerks in the world. And if your name is Chad, I'm very sorry about this, but we can never be friends. People will ask me, hey, is that Chad? And I'd be like, yeah, that's my friend Chad. And then other people will be like, oh, I hate that guy. It's like, yeah, I obviously can't be friends with you because people hate you and I don't want to be attributed to that hatred, so yeah. That makes perfect sense. Anyways, I'm getting off topic here. Here's the story. A couple years back, I was looking for a part-time job, and that was around after my second year of college. Previous year, I worked at a 7-Eleven, which I'm sure all of you have seen that video of already. And as most of you know, I really did not like the 7-Eleven job because I just hated watching the sun always go down on me. So I tried looking for other jobs that could fit better hours. One of my friends had actually started working at a local Paris Baguette, and he asked me if I wanted to maybe come and work with him. He only told me 3 things. 1, there's minimum break time. 2, the work didn't feel like it was worth minimum wage, which honestly is like every minimum wage job. 3, the best part of the job is when you got to go to the bathroom and sit on a toilet and just contemplate where your life went wrong. And when he told me that, I was just like, heck yeah, man, sounds like fun. Any room on the toilet for me? So he gave me one of the manager's email addresses, and I sent him my resume, which only literally at the time I had like 7-Eleven work experience, working at a gospel camp, and possibly my fellowship back at college. And I waited for a couple of days until finally I got a response from the manager, and he said, can you come in for an interview next week? And in my mind, I'm thinking, ha! This is gonna be mad easy. I already have experience working in sales associate jobs. I already have someone on the inside recommending me. This is going to be a shoo-in. But little did I know that I was actually going to be a shoo-out. So then comes next week, I walk into Paris Baguette and I tell them that I'm here for an interview. A guy goes in the back, and sooner or later, the manager comes out. There's Chad. Chad comes out and he's like wearing all black, dress shirt like rolled up, got that classic Asian faux hawk hairstyle, got earrings on, and I'm thinking to myself, wow, this guy actually looks pretty hip. Chad takes me to the back room and we start having the interview, and that's when he asks me the first question. So, did you bring me a copy of your resume? And I was like, oh, I thought I already sent it to you. His response to that was, yeah, I have it right here, but you still didn't think of bringing me a copy anyways? And then I said, oh. And from that point on, I just knew I was not getting this job. So the actual interview starts, and he asks me one of the most basic interview questions in all of mankind. Tell me about yourself. So I respond, I just finished my second year in college. I study human resources and minor in psychology. Right now, I'm just currently looking for a part-time job because I'm just very free during the summer. Which I personally thought was a suitable answer for someone who wanted to work at a minimum wage job with terrible hours. After I gave my answer, he just goes, that's it? And I say, yeah. Can you tell me a little bit more about anything? And in my mind, and I mean this genuinely, like not in a sarcastic way whatsoever, I was just thinking, what else does he need to know? So I just added like a bunch of random different facts that I'm pretty sure he didn't even like. And it was at this point that I definitely knew I was not getting this job at all. I didn't bring my resume, I said something wrong, everything was just going bad. And to be quite honest with you, all these things were my fault. So now we're building up into the best part of this interview. Chad starts to ask me where I'm gonna see myself in 3 months, and I thought to myself, okay, this is an obvious answer. I'm gonna be working here. And then he jumps to, okay, now where do you see yourself in 8 months? And in my mind, I'm like, bruh, I'm not working for you for 8 months. This is only a summertime gig. So I give him a neutral answer. And I say, yeah, I definitely can still see myself working here in 8 months if I can balance my schoolwork and everything else out. Then, and I may be exaggerating here just for the sake of the joke, but I vaguely remember him asking me something like, what about 5 years from now? What, bro? What the heck is this? I thought I was just going for a minimum wage position, like mopping the floors and like doing the counters, washing everything, okay? And sitting on a toilet contemplating my life. I didn't know I came in here for a long-term assignment. I straight up told him, I don't know, man. No one knows the future. Which honestly you should never say during an interview, because that's just the dumbest thing you could probably say during an interview. But honestly, at this point, I just felt that he was just playing with me and he was not gonna hire me anyway, so I didn't even care anymore. And that's when he tells me, okay, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't think you're right for this job. Praise the Lord, I don't want to be here anymore. Please release me from my suffering. And then he goes on to say, I don't think you understand what it means to be committed to something. You seem to always flop back and forth in different jobs, and we don't want that here. Okay, that makes sense. From my understanding, I heard that this Paris Baguette had a long history of high turnover rates, so they obviously wanted someone that wanted to work there for a long period of time. I still don't know about 5 years though. I feel like that's pushing the envelope just a little bit. But it was this next thing that he said that basically made me hate Paris Baguette for like the next 6 months or so. Like, I couldn't buy anything from Paris Baguette during that time. Like, I was scarred for life because of— Okay, I'll stop being dramatic for like 1 second. So he asks me, do you want to get married when you grow up? I'm like, yeah, sure. Who doesn't? In my mind, I'm thinking, where is this going? Well, if you're gonna get married, you're gonna have to step up and be committed to your job in order to support that family. Oh, thank you so much for that advice. Like, you've really opened my eyes to see the horrible person that I've become, and I just wish that, like, freaking not! What the heck are you saying to me right now? Yeah, I understand I messed up. Yeah, I understand I failed the interview. Yeah, I know I'm reading all this from a script right now. I see my mistakes, okay? I understand that your store has a high turnover rate, but why do you have to take a personal stab into my life like that? And, you know, some people have told me that maybe he's just saying this to be nice and he wants to be like a fatherly figure to me or whatever like that. But honestly, within this context, I just don't believe that he gave me this advice because he cared. Personally, it felt more like he was asserting his superiority over me as the manager of Paris Baguette. And as one of my friends said when I told him this story, and I quote, he's at the same or similar level to a manager at McDonald's. I heard from a bunch of people that worked at Paris Baguette that apparently Chad had a lot of off days. He would get super mad during these off days, and I guess during that day, he decided to take it all out on me. I'm trying to be as unbiased as possible with this story, okay? I don't want people to think that Chad is just a huge jerk and that everyone should hate him or anything like that. I messed up the interview. I didn't print out my resume. I honestly could have done so much more to avoid the wrath of Chad. But at the same time, no matter what's happening in your personal life, you should not let that thing overflow into your professional work life. For the first obvious reason, that's just not professional, and the second thing is that you're gonna lose a lot more people that way. You know, the Bible says, and I quote, I have the right to do anything. You say? But not everything is beneficial. Or you could say, not everything is constructive. Chad had the right to say all those things, but maybe he shouldn't have said those things because those things were definitely not constructive at all. And trust me, I've been in recent interviews where the employers have given me advice about my future before. Advice like how to develop my skills more, how to do research when it comes to job searching. And none of these employers assumed anything about my personal life. They only kept it in a professional setting. What Chad did, I don't believe was professional at all. I think he was just angry at a lot of people that day and just decided to take all of it out on me. So you guys might be watching this and you're thinking to yourself right now, Joey, you're completely overreacting to the situation. And you know what? Yeah, I would agree with you if I was still actually angry at Chad, which I am not. I've already forgiven Chad and I don't even hold any grudges towards him or anything at all. I just like telling this story because I always think it's funny, and it's also a really good experience for me because I studied HR. Because now I know what not to do when it comes to interviewing someone. Chad, if you are watching this video somehow, some way, I just want you to know that, one, I forgive you. That might not mean anything to you, but I forgive you. I don't hold anything towards you, okay? And I really hope you don't hold anything towards me. Like, I was having an off day too. You were having an off day. I'm not trying to ask for another Paris Baguette job because I really don't want to work there anymore. I just want to say that I hope things are going well with you. I hope that wherever you're working now, you are prospering, and maybe we can grab a drink sometime and hang out, if possible. Who knows? Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, please like and a comment down below. If you want to see more, please subscribe. I'm trying to hit 100 subscribers by the end of this month. By the end of July, it's about 2 more weeks left. So hit that subscribe button if you haven't subscribed yet. If you're my friend and you say you watch my videos, please subscribe. Please. If you ever had a bad job experience, leave a comment below telling me the story. I read all my comments and I respond to every single one of them, so I really appreciate when people do drop a comment. Alright guys, I'll see you later, and as always, stay true, stay you, stay sour. Peace.